We good? Are we in there like swimwear? Yes, we are. Hey, what's going on? This is your girl, Miss P. I hope that you are doing fabulous, darling. I am doing pretty good. I cannot complain. Make sure to go ahead and thumbs up this video. That lets me know that you want me to go ahead and complete part 3 of this Real Housewives ride that we have been on. Oh my God. When I heard they were doing a part 3, well, I saw it. I felt it. Once we hit 30 minutes and nothing was happening, I was like, you know what? Y'all could have really just not had this part 2 and just mushed everything together. I'm sick of Bravo. I'm sick of y'all doing part 3, 4, and 5s. Nobody has time for that. I personally do not. Make sure to get your comments in down below because I'm going to do a huge one next week. I haven't talked about feature points in a minute. Go ahead and get into it. I absolutely love it. You know how it goes. You download the app, you play the games, and then you cash them in for like PayPal credit, Amazon gift cards, Starbucks gift cards. The list goes on and on. I absolutely love it. And I talk about it all the time because I can. And I likes it. The April Lose It Challenge is coming up. I'm so excited about it. If you missed out on March, you have April. If you need workouts, you need meal plans from your girl, you need video motivation that you do not see here on YouTube, and much, much more, make sure to send me an email. My email is listed in the more description. And baby, I am very excited about April. Why? Because so much is going on in April, but I am loving these Lose It challenges. You didn't hear this from me, but during the summer, I'm going to be taking a little break with the Lose It challenge. So you want to get in where you fit in for April. So make sure to hit me up, okay? Do that. Enough of my blabbing. Let's go ahead and get it in with this review. So they start out with the karate boat trip. You remember when Cynthia, she was going through and everybody was like, let's get together and help Cynthia. So they start talking about that. When they played it back and we relive it again, Cynthia was swole. I didn't realize how mad she was. She was mad. You better get your finger out of my face. Yeah. Then we get into the whole bitch thing. And you know what? On one side, I do agree with Portia. Y'all were calling each other bitches all day. Then I also see where Cynthia and everybody else's standpoint is, with everybody being turned and out of control and taking it a little bit too far. Somebody on the cue card with the comments talking about how Kenya was an instigator. Kenya got a little, I'm not an instigator, mama. Yes, you are. She cannot say it's coming from a good place. Like, she instigates the hell out of shit. And she really instigated a lot. And then they just start talking about violence as a whole. And they go to Sheree and the infamous wig pull back 6 years ago. I was like, damn, that was 6 years ago? Yeah, because Kim's wig was super shiny. Sheree, she didn't look like she do now. Nene, I didn't even recognize her. Yeah, that was 6 years ago. Kim was so damn oblivious. She was like, who? Faye was like, not you, Puddin'. Then they get back to the violence of the boat party and who shoved who and why did you do it. And you know what? I was with Cynthia. When somebody got their hands in your face, everything shut down. No matter what people say. I'm sorry, I had to. For real, if somebody put their hands in your face, you're not going to go, can you please get your hands out of my face? Can you please, I'm going to count to 10. And if you don't get your hand, you going to say, cut your hands out. But you going to get it. That's just me. Cynthia was like, you know what? I am 49 years old. This was my first fight. I am classier than that. You know what, Cynthia? I'm going to give you a pass. Why? Because it's your first fight in all of your 49 years, but I'm going to give you a pass because it just comes over you. Candy was like, I mean, they were both to blame. Both of them, they were like overreacted, but shit, if she'd put her fingers in my face, I'd have kicked her ass too. You know what? I agreed with Candy a lot on this reunion, and that is a rarity. I was so sick of Kenya and Portia because not now one of them gonna do nothing no more because one's peach got taken and the other one want to stay her ass on the show, so ain't nobody gonna do nothing. So they just have a stare glare down, and I'm like, next. Speaking of Kenya, we talk about the whole family reunion and her mother and what had happened was, and you know what? Even though Kenya irks my nerves a lot, the whole mama issue and the family issue, I felt that in my heart, and I was like, oh, Kenya, I get it. I was putting things together. But then, out of nowhere throughout the season, I'd be like, Kenya, what your ass? Oh, we are rooting for you. Every time we get into the Thomases, I rarely use their last name together as a union. And child, with all the stuff that's came out this past week, I don't even know if they're a union no more. The infamous titty rubbing in the bar scene came up. I was like, that's what we want to know. Uncle Ben was sitting on the couch with his dirty gray and maroon on. It didn't look like Uncle Ben needed a cigar, and he smelled like aftershave under the neck with a mix of baby oil. Yeah. Uncle Ben is thinking that they're in a good place. Andy is like, so where are you guys right now? And he was like, I'm in Charlotte. And where are you, Cynthia? I'm in Atlanta. Do you guys see each other? I mean, not that much. No, I don't. No, Sway. Like y'all aren't dating. Like y'all are married. Like how, Sway? How's this gonna happen? I don't get it. Nope. Portia still thinks that he is out and about, and both Cynthia and Peter were like, "Speak on it, then. What you got to say?" I was like, "Oh, somebody's a little hostile." Kenya popped in again, and she was like, "Yeah, I mean, where's the proof? Unlike you, I don't lay on my back for change." Portia was like, apparently you do, and you need to change it up in that ditch. I was hollering. Kenya, though, she was like, I'm sorry. Let me get my life together so I can say this correctly. You need to shut your mouth, because if there's not a dick in it, you don't know what you're even talking about. I was like, hold up. Oh, even Portia was like, give me a second to figure out what I was saying. Even her response, everybody was like, shh, is it true? There's not a dick in it. I mean, it was so boom, like you knew she was ready to go block out, say something else. I was like, damn, Kenya, you won that round. You won. Then Portia was telling Cynthia to figure out how the waitresses are getting paid, and before Cynthia could say anything, she was like, and it's in penis. I was like, oh, I was finished. Then when Peter was like, well, put it out there then, it was just crickets. Everybody was like, the fuck? Woo! And Peter admits that he thinks the marriage would be better if there was no show. Of course, it would be a little bit easier not having a whole camera crew in your life for 6 months out of the year, but at the same time, you'd still be doing the shit that you'd be doing in the first place. You just wouldn't have public opinion, and you could just titty feel all day long. Little Aiden popped in. I was so excited to see him, and that was a perfect segue for Phaedra. They started talking about the whole visit to go see Apollo and how he wanted to come back solo, and she didn't say she wasn't gonna go back. Well, she did, but I didn't feel it. Wasn't a strong, I'm not going. It wasn't a Effie White. It was very, I'm not going. But if you call me. Then it was a shade curve when she said, well, now that I've gone to see him and my kids have seen him, I mean, everybody can stay out of my business with their opinion because they're not paying my bills and they are not keeping up with my kids. And she said, and some of them are on the couch. I said, Kenny was like, well, I'm going to address the dick because she dug it for me. I didn't reach out to the kids because we weren't in a good place at the time, so I just didn't reach out. I also feel like it's sad that Dylan doesn't even know his dad. Candy did hit a nice nail on the head when she said, yeah, he made his choices, but you chose to be with him. I was like, nah! His ass done been to jail before and he probably was gonna go to jail again. You knew that shit. You knew it. Faye was also disappointed that the men in the group weren't helpful to the children. Cynthia was like, hold up, bro. I mean, we weren't cool at the time. We just getting back cool. What did you want me to do? Pull up and take the kids to the zoo and you don't even like my ass? I was like, that is true, Cynthia. I mean, that makes sense. We leave Faye and them alone and we talk about the infamous Miami trip. Oh my God, when they play this stuff back, he really did call her a little bitch. But the whole Faye and Sheree conversation about Black Lives Matter, yes, Black Lives Matter, but I couldn't put the dude that was like, you little bitch, with everything that's gone on. That didn't correlate to me. Yes, he is a black life, but I didn't see, I just left. I was still like, huh? Glenn was crazy as hell. Even Kim, I was like, Kim, can you say it's call a thing a thing, Kim? I had to do it a yamla clap. I was like, his ass was aggressive. There's no way you can go around it. Glenn's ass was crazy, aggressive, calling people a little bitch just because you didn't lick his ass. Like, no. Kim, where were you looking at? I know you was missing your bae and little Sebastian and Shaquan, but what were you doing? I know Tammy was turned. I think that's a family trait. I don't know. And I didn't realize this. She the one who did invite Tammy and the crew to the house. Take it to the house. Take it to the house. Get that. And Phaedra was like, you wanted him, but he didn't want you. I was like, true. I know you see me in the video. True. But your ass didn't pay me no attention. The question was posed, why don't the ladies believe Kenya? This was the point where Candy started talking, and I had to agree with Candy. Look, y'all pacifying this dude like he didn't do anything where he did. But at this time, dude was really acting crazy, and if it was one of y'all would have came to that person's defense. I was like, that's true, Candy Cane. Everybody was like, I don't agree. No, not at all. I mean, quit playing the victim. I was like, oh my God, for once y'all could have said, you know what, that was whack how he did that, Kenya, even though I do feel like you kind of put the match on the fire, but that was wrong how he did that. I mean, you can at least say that. Like I told y'all, there's gonna be a part 3. I'm just not ready. I am ready because Nene gonna be there. All the husbands, it just got, well, all the husbands and the boyfriend. So it's gonna be good. I cannot wait for part 3. Down below in the comment section, let me know, what did you think about part 2? Let's talk about it. I'm gonna do a couple of shout outs. Shout out to Byron Graffiti, Kenya Day, Miss Lorraine, Darima 2, Sweet FM 2008, Blue Textbooks. Interesting screen name. Hi, Danny Lee 3, Grade Acres, Charmaine Booker, and Latrice Jordan. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you on the next video. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. God bless.